One thing that we need to learn is that progress many times is not a straight progress is not usually a straight line that where you're gonna see perfectly where you're going and everything is gonna look nice and neat. It's completely the opposite. Most of the times I would say progress can look like disastrous and chaos and difficult and rejection and failure. And what makes that and what makes that line that is all over the place you start looking a little more like a straight line is that's only until you start learning the things that you've been doing wrong, learning from every rejection, learning from every failure, and from everything that hasn't gone wrong. You have to keep your eyes open. It's progress is usually something that looks really bad many times. If you see the story of the most successful people in the world, that's usually how it's going to look. They start in a way happening what we call failure and rejection, which is really bad for us because we gave in those names. But the truth is, life sees it as the lessons that we have to go through to get better. There was a tennis player back in the 80s, Goran Ivanisevic, that lost. The guy lost Wimbledon, the most important tennis tournament in the world. He lost in the final, if I'm not wrong, four times until he finally won on his fifth final. And the guy said, if I hadn't gone through all those failures in the final of the most important tournament in the world, I would probably have never been ready to finally win the tournament at the end, in the fifth final. So that's one thing that we have to understand, and we have to accept, and we have to adapt to it. What looks bad, like what looks like failure, what looks disastrous, and sometimes you see that something that happens so bad that you believe that there's nothing you can get out of it, that is progress. In the moment, don't come to conclusions, because it's just going to look like everything, like the world is closing down on you and everything is really wrong. But in the end, you have to learn something. Getting better, moving on, and growing in whatever you want, whatever you're doing, for quite a while. I will dare to say for a long time, it's gonna look like everything is really bad. It's gonna make you feel like you're just falling deeper and deeper into that pit where you feel like okay, how am I gonna do to get out of it? But if you don't open your eyes and you look and analyze and see, okay, what went wrong, this happened, I did this wrong, and you have to be brutally honest with yourself, you will never be able to catch the things, the good things that you can get out of it. But you have to it's better if you just approach life thinking, I know it's gonna be hard, I know it's gonna be difficult, I know this project is gonna take a while, and I know that I very probably gonna fail, like plenty of times before things start looking better. But even in failure, you have to it's not even in failure, it's in failure where you start actually to grow, get stronger, and learning and get better. Okay, all right, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.